Hey shooters, welcome back to the Shooters Resource Channel. Today we're going to be looking at Smith and Wesson's CSX and comparing it to their fairly new Shield Plus that just came out last year. Now I've already got a tabletop comparison in the part 1 version of this video. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Today we're going to be comparing these two on the range to see how the smaller CSX single action compares to the Striker Fire Shield Plus. But before we get started, go ahead and take a second, hit that like and subscribe button, support the channel. Now that came in at 6.23, which was a second faster than the Shield Plus. But one thing to consider is I warmed up with the Shield Plus. I'd already run the string, but I'm going to tell you what, this single action trigger is actually pretty easy to work fast. Let's run a couple build drills and see which gun I can run faster. All right, that was 6 shots in 2.68 seconds. So that's pretty good, especially for a micro compact gun. That was with the CSX. So I'm pretty impressed by this gun. It actually runs a lot faster than what I expected. It's making me think that maybe in that first range session, I was just not really used to the trigger, or maybe I was having an off day myself. But I'm pretty impressed by that. Under 2.7 seconds for my first build drill today. All right, that one was even faster at right at 2.5 seconds. Again, with a micro compact, that's pretty good, especially for me. I know there's some faster guys out there, but I'll take that any day. Let's see what my breakdown was. Looks like the draw was in 1.4 seconds. And then my splits after that were right at 0.2 of a second. Yeah, just right at 0.2, which is really good. The recoil on this thing's really easy to manage. I find it a very easy gun to shoot. All right, let's run a couple build drills with the Shield Plus. All right, that first one is in 2.57. Oh yeah. So that one was in 2.43. Pretty good, pretty quick. Just a hair faster than the CSX, but comparing the gun size-wise, you know, that CSX is a little smaller. So I'm surprised to see that the gap isn't any larger. But both are really flat shooting and great shooting guns. Now, one could say that because I did the CSX first, maybe that's why I was a little slower with it. And by the 4th string, I was a little faster on my build drills. That's probably true too. So we'll just run the CSX one more time and let's see how fast I can run it this time. And this time I'll do it with the 10-round magazine. All right, that one was in 2.75, so pretty aligned with the last one. All right, shooters, next up, I'm going to be trying to shoot these 3 targets right behind me, double tapping them each. So that's a total of 6 shots, and let's see how fast we can do it with both the CSX and the Shield Plus. Up first, we're going to have the Shield Plus. So it looks like I smoked that in 2.8 seconds. That's pretty good with the Shield Plus. Like I said, what I really like about this Shield Plus is it's got an amazing trigger setup. That flat face striker fire trigger, very easy to run fast. But I'm going to tell you what, that single action trigger on the CSX is fast too. Let's see how quick we can do it. Looks like I had my target a little off balance, so it knocked it over. All right, that second run was in 2.74. So I think that in that one my accuracy went down a little bit, but the speed went up. My draw from concealment was right there at 1.5 seconds. So not the fastest. And my splits were a little more than 0.2 of a second. All right, next up, shooters, we're gonna take the CSX and we're gonna do a retreating drill. So I'm gonna draw and fire 6 shots while retreating, and we'll see how fast I can do it. I let off an extra shot there, but I got all 7 shots in 3.24 seconds. Let's see how fast we can do the Shield Plus, 7 shots retreating, and see if we can beat the CSX. All right, looks like 7 shots in 2.97 seconds. So just under 3 seconds while retreating. Not bad really with a micro compact to be able to put a draw and 7 shots on target while retreating in under 3 seconds. Some of the things I think that is contributing to the Shield Plus being a little faster than the CSX is really the grip length in this 13-shot magazine, as well as the grip length in the 10-shot when I run to that. It's just a little longer. It's a little easier to get that dexterity and that draw quicker, quicker to find. You know, it's just a little quicker that way. And we're talking split-second difference. And then, you know, the gun is just a little bit bigger in hand. So I think those two things just make it a little easier to shoot faster. Honestly, I thought the triggers were a world of difference, but I think the triggers are pretty comparable, and I really think the CSX trigger is a little faster than the standard Shield Plus trigger. But the size of the Shield Plus just lends itself to be a little bit faster. All right, shooters, for this next drill, I'm going to draw, fire 2 shots, do a reload, and fire 5 shots. And let's check out the mechanics and controls on these weapons. First up, we're going to have the CSX, so the smaller gun first. I really didn't have a hard time doing any type of mag changes or using any of the controls on this gun last time I shot it. But let's see if we shoot them side by side, if we can see any difference. All right, shooters, that was in 5.48 seconds. Pretty quick for such a little gun. I did slip with the mag going to insert it a little bit. Again, just a smaller gun. But I'm pretty impressed with that. That's 7 shots with a reload and a draw in 5.5 seconds with the CSX. All right, that was 5.2 seconds with the Shield Plus. It was a little faster. It's a slightly bigger gun. It's just a lot easier to get to the controls. I say a lot easier, but really it's just a little easier to get to the controls. It's a little quicker on the draw just because of the added size. But again, these are microseconds. We're talking 5.5, and again, that was my first time running the drill versus 5.2, so not a huge difference. All right, shooters, I'm running low on shooting light here. I still got some rounds left, so let's end this with one of my favorite things to do. Let's do a dynamic drill. We'll just run both guns side by side, see which one I find is easier, if there are any other nuances that come up during this kind of moving and shooting drill. All right, that was with the Smith and Wesson Shield Plus. Now I dropped my timer, but the run went pretty smooth. It doesn't look like it's that far, but it's probably about a 20-yard shot from my truck to that first target right there. So hitting that 6-inch plate took a couple shots. Let's set it back up again, and I'm gonna run it with the CSX. There you go with the CSX. Great little micro compact. This thing, you know, you seen I fumbled a little bit because my mag dropped down in my pocket where I was trying to keep it kind of uptight so I can get to it. But still easy to run, very accurate. Great little small pistol, about the same size as your hand, and you're getting that type of performance out of it. It is amazing where technology has come. I have not had a single failure out of this weapon. It's been great. You know, I was a little iffy at first about it, but the more I shoot it, the more I like it. Definitely gonna stay in the collection. Hey shooters, I hope you enjoyed part 2 of the Smith and Wesson CSX versus Shield Plus. This one was on the range. Check out part 1 if you want to see a full tabletop comparison of the two models. And I've also got reviews on both of these models, so you can check those out as well. Go ahead and take a second, hit that like and subscribe button, support the channel. And as always, thank you all and God bless.